Kia ora team. This week's movement focus is going to be the curl, the bicep curl. So we're just going to run over some fundamentals for your bicep curl, what we're actually trying to focus on while we're doing a bicep curl, so that we get the full benefit from the movement. And then a little bit of the why around the bicep curl as well. Traditionally, it's used to just kind of like build bicep size, or most people believe it to be just kind of like about building size through the arms, which it's definitely a great tool for, but it's also really good for helping to improve shoulder strength. Okay, so because of the way that the bicep is designed and the way that it kind of crosses over the shoulder joint as well as the elbow joint, we can utilize it in that fashion as well. So when we're going through our bicep curls, one of the things we want to focus on is what's happening with this elbow and whereabouts we place this elbow in relation to our body. So I don't want to allow the elbow to move through the shoulder joint. So I guess the position of the elbow in relation to the shoulder joint is very important for isolation of the bicep. If I allow this elbow to come back during my movement, during my curl, I'm not going to get the full benefit of the loading through the bicep each time. Okay, so I want to make sure that this elbow stays in a fixed position. It doesn't necessarily have to be forward. It can be back as well, and we can still get isolation. However, what we do want to do is fix the shoulder into position so that the elbow doesn't translate back or forward during the movement. We can use variations of this, of course, but in this case, what I usually like to do is fix it either to the side of the body or slightly in front, okay, and then we can utilize that movement there through my elbow. Okay, so when I perform the curl, I'm going to get way more isolation through my bicep, and then I can focus through the bicep and into the shoulder, stability wise through the shoulder as I perform the movement. All right, I can also fix it to the side. However, what I find is it's quite difficult to maintain this position under fatigue. So this might drift back as I move slightly. Okay, so I might end up doing that. So I'm not sure how well you can see that, but we're about there, okay, with fixing the elbow into position. So usually I like to place it just there. So if I just pull my shirt tight so you can see where that is in relation to my body, the elbow or the medial side, the inside of the elbow will sit against my body, and then I'll perform my curl like so. And you can see from the side that when I'm performing the curl like so, I'm able to keep that elbow in that fixed position so I don't get any more movement through my shoulder joint. All right, so my shoulder and this humerus, this bone here, stays in the same position, and I'm getting all my movement through the forearm and then at the elbow joint itself. So I'm getting a lot of what they call isolation through the actual bicep itself. And because of the way that the bicep crosses over the shoulder joint, if we can maintain our posture and position while we go through that, we're going to get good strengthening through the other side where the bicep originates, through here and not just at the elbow. You will feel a lot of isolation around the elbow joint, so you'll get parts of the forearm, Brachial Radialis, and parts around here as well, engaging quite a lot, and that can also be determined by the position of the hand. But in this case, just focusing on where the elbow is staying positioned, that's how we're going to get really good engagement through our bicep. Okay, so what you'll see when issues arise is this will happen. Okay, you still get some good engagement through the bicep, but you'll notice this is a much easier curl to do than this one. Okay, and that's due to the lever position of this arm. So if we understand levers, basically the lever is shorter here, okay, in relation to the shoulder. My lever is that long, but if I place it there, now the lever is this long. So I don't actually have to lift too much more weight to actually make it more difficult and to target this bicep. So if we put a weight into our hand, okay, this is quite a heavy weight. Probably should go with that pink one. I'll do the pink one in a second. But as I'm curling through, it's taking a lot more effort than if I had it back here. Okay, this is a lot easier curling back here because of the position of the arm and the lever length through my forearm. Okay, let's just use this pink one. This is much nicer. So when I'm coming through with my load, even with the smaller weight, I can feel a lot more loading going through my bicep each time. And then if I fix my posture a little more, if I imagine I was using 2, and try to keep my shoulders back, get some more lengthening through the side of the bicep, okay, and then maintaining my position as I go through there, and I'm going to get some good work through my bicep. So that's one of the main things we want to focus on with our bicep curl. Okay, if I'm doing double, if I'm doing a hammer grip, okay, hammer grip to target more through the brachial radialis, you'll see that muscle that starts to push up through here, that's called your brachial radialis. This is the part of the bicep or another forearm muscle that kind of attaches to this bone up here, okay, and that's why it's got the name Brachial Radialis. Okay, brachio, biceps brachii, Brachial Radialis, because this is the radius bone, and that's why doing a hammer curl will start to build a lot of size through this muscle. So you can switch your curls up like that too. The reason we like to do it this way is because you get a lot more recruitment of the bicep. Okay, this one you get less recruitment because you're utilizing more of that forearm muscle, but this way is really good for that too. All right, check out those guns. Boom! They're small, eh? It's all right, we'll work on that. But yeah, anyways, guys, so our take home from today is where to place the elbow in relation to your body and trying to fix it into position. Do you want to do some? There you go. You do some curls. Boom! Like that. Boom! Make the little sound effect too. Boom! All right, so where to place our elbow in relation to our body is really important. And obviously, if you want to make them a little easier, you can put your elbows back slightly too. Try to maintain your posture too. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed it.